Ladies and gentlemen, it all comes down to today. The final round of the 13th E1 Charity Open from the Payram Club. It has been an exciting opening 2 rounds. 36 holes in the books with the final 18 to play today. ENG had been our leader at the end of yesterday's second round. She has not got off to a flying start. She has not gone off to a poor start, but she is only at even, which means she trails Park Hyung-yang, who is looking for her first win of 2025 and the 8th in her career. Up here in Yeoju-si in the Gyeonggi-do region of the nation, it is a lovely day for golf, if I do say so myself. 20 degrees and sunny. We begin our coverage with the player who topped the charts after hole number 18 yesterday, Lee Chae-eun-2. You look at her scorecard, and it doesn't dazzle, and it doesn't disappoint, which I suppose makes it disappointing for her final round. Bogeyed the first, birdied the second, and pars hole number 9, hits the turn 3 back. Kim In-sun 7, she was the leader after round number 1 yesterday. Well, it did not go her way in the slightest with a 74-2 over par. She is back to her birdieing ways, finds herself tied for 5th position. A great tee shot, one to which the supporters roar their approval. And while it's been dry at times for Chae-eun-2, not the case for Chae-ri. 67 in the opener, 69 yesterday. Started the round in 3rd position, but she is absolutely dialed in. The laser focus you would expect to see on Championship Sunday. Hung Yuna, she is through 9 holes. She is at 2 under par. Is tied for 49th at the moment. We had 144 players in the field. We cut it down to 68 yesterday. Pacquiao, she has been a feature of the week so far. 67, 69, and 1 under. So far this afternoon. The approach shot up onto the green. It will ride the outside perimeter before exiting onto the fringe at the back right of the green. Her reaction said it all. Pin placement today, back left. Let's go to 13. Pae So-hyun looking to birdie here on the par 4, but she wouldn't be expecting it to fall at 13.4 meters away. She gets it about 12.4. And we'll have a short putt for par. Lee Jung at 8 under. Approach. She has been one of the exceptional players in the tournament, but today it's just not come off at even at this point in the tournament. Bogeyed the first, birdied the 7th, hit the turn at an even 36. Eugenia is only 8 meters away after her tee shot at 11. This is a putt for eagle. Oh! Drastically changed the calculus for her. Still with half a round to play, but she stays at that even par mark. Sometimes it's great to be a long driver. It's also great when the greens are soft and the pins are attackable. It's a good birdie. Punching Shield can get to 9 under par. 9 under would be tied for 5th position. Low scores in the 2 under, 3 under category, but she has been consistent. It's 5 off the top. Certainly on a consistent climb. Here's our leader, Pak Yan-gyung. Beginning the back 9, the West course here at Peiram. Afternoon through 9, birdies at 5 and 8, and how about an eagle on hole number 9? She hit the turn at a 32. Nine holes to crown a victor, a trip around the West course. Kim In-sun 7, 11 is certainly playing kind. This is her putt for eagle. To move within 3, has a chance. Fractionally off, that is just about a guaranteed birdie with the way that hole has been playing. Jandu missing the fairway out into the rough. Bogeyed the first, birdied the second, and all pars ever since. She has never won in her professional career. She knows she's in with a great chance here today. Tip of the cap for the supporters and behind the green as Kim In-byul moves within 4. Yoon Soo-ah makes the cuts and is at even. Teeing off on hole number 1. To the 11th tee, Pak Ju-young. At 8 under, she has been flexing her driver. She actually drives it past the green. Well, they've made it intentionally interesting, that much is certain. 333 in the first 2 rounds, only 230 meters today. Now Pacquiao putting from the back right corner. She will be into the tall grass on the backswing. Call it fortuitous. The water and the reeds waiting to welcome. And this hit drives. It's a good start at 11. It's one of 2 holes that were shortened for this final round. 11 is down from 333 to 230. And hole number 9, the par 5, from 517 to 433. The meters in this final round. Downhill putt for Amy Jong for birdie. Too quick as it grazes the outside edge and will not fall. Supporters and their demands, not even just please, demands for the ball to sit. They go unanswered. Approach rolls onto the back fringe, and we will return to number 12. Paquet G to get to double digits under par. Slim shot, but you've got to play the putt regardless. Had that effort mostly figured out. It'll be a tap in par. Pacquiao unable to salvage something from this 10th hole. She will bogey and drop to 8 under. How about Kim Soo-ji? At 7 under, she is -2 for the round, sitting tied for 7th at the minutes. Approaching the green and doing it in rather spectacular fashion. Lee Ju-hyun is the next to come across the first tee. She is at 4 under. 72-71 the first 2 rounds. They weren't necessarily bogey riddled, but she shot 2 in the opener, 4 yesterday, and so far today, zilch. She is climbing towards the top 20 results. And that short tap in is sent the rest of the way. Crowd has filed into the Payrom Club, knowing they will witness a wonderful afternoon of golf. We have $1 billion won in the purse for this competition, 180 million of it for the winner, 110 for P2, and 80 million for the bronze. It is a par for Im Hee Jung. Chen 2. Drive to the rough, 145 remains. In that neon yellow ball, easy to spot. Back in 2020, she was the Dream Tour winner in the second half of the season. She also has finished as a runner-up in the Medihil Hagubo Championship back in 2022. This is her 147th event. She said, I put over 8 meters in the last hole and finished pleasantly. Last year I was greedy in the championship group, so I didn't get it, but tomorrow I will play without thinking about the score. That's what she told Yu Byung Min, our KLPGA reporter. Easier said than done, of course. Ream up onto the green. Now Park Young technically misses the fairway. And the bordering cut before the rough. Her irons and her wedges have been dynamite through 46 holes. That's another to the tally. Gallery that is in attendance today. That's, yep, something special could be on. She is a favorite amongst the supporters of this tour for good reason. Breaking onto the scene, a media darling, and a brilliant golfer. It is a great combination for any sport across the world. Back to 11, 22 meters past the pin, Park Ju-young after her second shot. Soft touch from the back. She'll have that remaining for a par. Pung-Shin Shil at number 13. Also from the fringe, right to left, crescent-shaped putt. Bit of an early break. The judgment of the weights passes with flying colors, however. Juyeon at 7 under. She could move to 9 with one swing of the putter. It's a really good effort. Let's take a look at the overall scorecards for hole number 11, and it is tough to not find birdies galore. It's also tough, with that in mind, to find eagles, because your tee shot needs to be near perfect. Song-Eun is the only one to have done it so far. A precise look at the lie. HAM2 to execute now. Don't have an official yardage for you. Set up like it was on a tee. And her pitch was aligned directly at the hole. Too much pace, pops out the other side. That stays nice and close. As we wait for Park Young, Park Ju-young fill the break. Misses. on her putt for birdie. Tied for 8th, back-to-back pars. And just the 2 circles on the scorecard so far in the round. Uphill putt with a left to right break. Just slows down at the bitter end. Was a look from the opposite side. The crowd was ready to roar. It's certainly no tap-in. Pak Yang can extend her advantage to 4 strokes with a birdie. Won't be lacking for pace. 14 under will have to do for now. Hard to begin the back 9. Exhilarating 11th is next in Julian. Benefits from the drastic reduction in yardage. She birdies and goes to 8 under, tied for 9th. Skirting down between the pin and the fringe. Will be a putt for birdie next. Take a momentary detour to see how each AM2 fares. Maybe a little left to right break if the pass putts are able to tip the hand at all. It's a putt for par. Trying to avoid her second bogey in the first 10 holes. Good putt. Stays on even footing with Che A. Ream. That is now 8 holes in a row where she has parred. Over to 12. Kim In Sun 7. A long way to go, but if she gets there, vaults up into a share of the runner-up position. We'll break from left to right for her for our angle top to bottom. Starts a bit early. Speed is great. bit too influential. They're getting their time in the spotlight on hole number 1. Always an impressive and noteworthy accomplishment anytime you make the cut. Short putts capitalized upon and a par. The reality is, if you are playing on hole number 1 right now, you are out of the fight. Playing for pride, playing for points, playing for cash. Sunday means something special to everyone. Birdie look at 13, starts to move right from the launch. That last little break back onto the line comes in, but comes in too late. Good effort. And the supporters acknowledge that. Off the green to a short tap in. In a bit of a predicament from the rough. Couple of extra practice swings to make sure she knows how she wants to strike the ball. Wind's dead, slightly downhill from around the point at which she'll land. Comes that little bit of extra speed. Couldn't have told me that she wasn't putting that from the fringe. What a great putt. What a great shot, pardon me. Yusoyun 2, 156 out the bend of the fairway. Reaches the green and gets some help. Still some pace on this. It'll set up nicely. Here at 11, a reverse grip putt. Just didn't really have an idea at all of the break. It's a dampened mood. Raquel exits the hole. Imi Jung, a little more than a tap in. Not a single fault to find within every stroke of the hole at 11.
편하게 미리를 해주세요.
Young, the most recent to out-drive the green. Settles on the fringe.
이걸 또 하나 하는 거야?
클리어했습니다. 카메라 미리 눌러주세요. 멈춰주세요.
Che Ream. Looks on with anticipation and rightfully so. It's the perfect club selection and down it comes. Within 2 meters of an eagle. For those keeping score at home, a hole-in-one on a par 4, a double eagle, or an albatross, depending on who you ask.
문제 잡았어요? 문제 잡았어요?
드라이브 소리 아니에요?
To the last to begin. Dancing off the fringe, and will follow a similar path on down to the hole. She might even get a little bit closer. The leader might have a touch of envy. soft arrival. Little backspin keeps it exactly in place. So here's how things look. Park Young off the back. 2 chips or a chip and a putt for a birdie would extend her to 15 under. Che Reem and Iche Antu both staring at very probable eagles. Sunday, it hits different, as the kids like to say. It's got its own unique blend of excitement, and when the weather cooperates, well, it just makes for an overall perfect backdrop. 1:35 p.m. local time, Championship Sunday, the 13th E1 Charity Open. Time for a quick break, and back with more at Payrum. Stay with us. Time to get back to work. Pak Young, her second at 11. It's an eagle from off the green. It's starting to feel as though it's written in the stars. From the reverse angle. Reminder, this is where she was after her tee shot. Yeah, just get it close, take my birdie, dust my hands off, no problem. Absolutely unbelievable. So birdies galore. Pak Young up to 15 under. Here's Kim Min-sun 7 on 13. 107. The setup shot. Lands it just about perfectly. No complaints. A little bit of landscaping to do to repair that divot. Well, J.A. Ream needs this to keep Pak Young in her clutches. Oh, missed an eagle she knows she should have had. Bad news for her, good news for the leader. How about Team Mediheel, by the way? 3 of the top 4 players in the field. She knows if she loses by 1 stroke, this will be on repeat in her mind. Each and 2 to move within 2. We know the break. We know the speed. We just got a great example of it. Well done, an eagle. Double circle. Thrusting herself back into the championship fight. Kim Shi-hyun, a dribbler from the fairway at 18. That was to save a par. Scratched and clawed her way around the course today, but it just wasn't meant to be. Good turnaround after round number 1, must be said. Jung Ji-oh setting it up on the par 5. That's what stands between her and a birdie. Kim So-yoon 2 on 18 to finish the tournament with a 9 under par. It's a good birdie. 70, 70, 67, saved her best for last. As she exits the course, it is tied for 6th position. Renewed sense of confidence, and for good reason. Remarkable that she had been even par until the last. You think about her history on the par 5s in this tournament. birdie on 18. That's the par 5. Birdied 12 yesterday. Birdied and bogeyed number 9 and birdied the 5th each time. That bodes well. Kim Min-bill with a birdie of her own. Now Park Young. Ultimately doesn't matter more than bragging rights, but a significant difference in the driving distance. A unique perspective picking up over the bushes. Che Ream, last in the group to begin. The gallery likes it, she's not sure. And that's why, a beeline for the rough. (1:47 p.m. local time). 11 holes down. 7 holes to play. Park Young's lead is down to 2 thanks to the eagle from Che 2 on hole number 11. Che Ream in third. It is becoming a nice orderly line towards the top. Park G with a 4 under through 12. We'll keep an eye on her and to the back 9. This is the 13th E1 Charity Open. It is event 9 of the season on the KLPGA Tour. And welcome back to Championship Sunday. Ichan 2, her second shot on the par 5. A hybrid in hand. Idungen up next on the 13th. Yeah, that's about as well as you can play that shot. Che Ream from the rough at 12. Unable to recover onto the fairway. Now Chung Ji-oh to reach double digits. It's an outside chance. Quite gonna be there. It's a good second shot here on hole number 12. Long par 5. Transitions to a sprint after this one. Par 4, par 3, par 4, par 3 before the setup to the finale. And that's going to reach. Park Ji-young, welcome back to the fray. Kim In-sun 7 on 14, most of the way back. That's the setup for par. The type of punt that a professional on the KLPGA Tour should be able to make with her eyes closed. Ichan 2, number 3, 146 at the 12th. Putt with plenty of break. He has sorted out that putter and is dynamite with it at the moment. Kim In-sun 7 saves the par, stays in sole possession of fourth at 11 under. Che Ream from the rough and is going to return to it just before the green. Park Yang, our leader, is next. Closest to the pin, but work to be done. There in 2, however. Nearing the 2 o'clock hour. Championship Sunday, the 13th E1 Charity Open. Here's an obscure reference point. If you ever watched a long distance short track speed skating race, very particular, I know, but the analogy seems to fit this moment. First 8, 9, 10 holes, everyone's going around, nobody wants to be the one to break away, and then almost in a snap after this par 5, it is guns a-blazing. Breaking left and running up the hill. It is not the best from the rough. Tee shot on the par 3. Lands with a soft pop. Be about 10 meters away. Each and 2. Wind starting to pick up. Long, improbable shot for a birdie. On its way, and the setup shot delivers exactly what it should have. Puck AG on the 15th. In the context of the hunt, this would help. It might be a bit too little too late. That 10 under mark, though, is no slouch either, and it's certainly a point at which to strive for anyone still competing on Sunday. Tied for 5th. Park Ji-young, Lee Dong-eun at that score. Kim Min-sun 7 in 4th at 11 under. Che Ream in 3rd at 12 under. But this is a putt for par. It's a little bit of magic to keep herself in contention. Downhill and quick. Here it comes. The break A little late to activate. Hole number 9, which means it's the finale. How about that? Iga Young doesn't need to pull her putter out. She gets it done, and an eagle to finish the tournament at 4 under par. Park Young not quite going to reach. Understandable oohs and ahs of appreciation from the gallery. Pacquiao with a nice approach. Kim Se-ro-mi. It's been a couple of years, I feel like, since I've had the privilege of saying that name. Veteran with plenty of experience and shows it on the way in. Birdie, birdie, birdie. As she finishes the tournament at 7 under par. The JN2 is home with a par. Another dazzling arrival on the green. That's a really good on. Cresting the hill and then sliding back down it. This is what? Wow. Before I can even say this looks like it's got a chance, it was in the hole. Ko Chi-yu on 17 with a birdie to bring her back to even for the round. Pars aplenty right now. Park Young to sustain her advantage of 2 strokes. Little right to left. Nothing too daunting. Ten, 11, 12 in the books. 6 holes to play and 2 strokes above each JN2. Let's check in on Park Ju-young. This is on 14. Downhill. Right to left breaking putts. Not quite, despite a valiant try. Not everyone is benefiting from the flow and the consistent conversions.
앞에 좀 빨리 걸어갈게요. 앞쪽 갤러리 분들 조금만 더 들어오셔야 될 것 같아요. 그 주황색 입으신 분도 들어오셔야 될 것 같아요. 네, 알겠습니다.
That brings us to 13, 323 meters this par 4.
샷!
Pacquiao with a smile. It's a smile of relief. Drive that settles into the hillside rough as the group gets on the march on hole 13. The gallery grows with 2 hours remaining. Maybe more. We never know on Sundays.
수고하셨습니다. 정수만 멈춰주세요.
Well, welcome to hole 14, Pacquiao, the first par 3 of the back 9. Ironically, the tee shots at par threes, pardon me, of which we have 4 every single round. Never really the important things. You can lose your birdie with the tee shot, but you can't make it. Putter is always the most interesting bit.
핑이나 핑도 괜찮아. 일단 박스도 불어가지고 핑 너무 많이 보지 말고.
Chan 2, a dazzling arrival. Good second shot. She's not out of it by any stretch of the imagination. Seo Park Young follows up on that approach. Her drive found the rough. It's an unfortunate short arrival, a carom and a roll, and a long way off. Advantage EJ in 2. Last but not least, J.A. Ream to the back corner. I beg your pardon. Thought we were in a flow. This is J.A. Ream, of course. That was the tee shot at 14. All right, without further ado, J.A. Ream. Slightly beyond pin tie. Only EJ and 2 is really laughing here. The cream of the crop on hole number 13. Kim In Sun 7, she's keeping herself in the fray in a podium position at the minute. A lofted start from the fringe, almost lands it on the fringe again. Sliding to the right and stopping about 2.5 meters away. We're getting into the heart of the battle. Pak Young. She knows this is for par, so it's all about the setup. Aims for the French. Straightening out, still swooping right. Able to have the par, and that was priority 1, 2, and 3. promising shot that delivers a birdie. Now J.A. Ream for a bird. Par 3 is next. And she was just about within 3. Here's Pacquiao. Top 5 still within grasp. Starts it just underneath the hole. Good read. Perfect execution. 10 under. Pacquiao parring, or about to par. J and 2 can move within 1. Downhill putts. And a birdie. The fight is back on. 13 holes down. 5 holes to play. Anyone's guess how this championship will pan out. So a Jean for 8 under. Well executed for her as well. Knocking on the door of the top 10, tied for 13th after that putt. In the extremely unlikely event she misses this putt, we'll be all tied. But it's 1.5 meters at most. But Young has her par. 3 birdies and an eagle on the round, down to a handful. 2 par 4s, 2 par 3s, and a par 5 to wrap it up. Yusoyeon 2, the aforementioned final par 5. Above the hole that hits and sticks. Nicely set up. Par for J.A. Ream. So they're off to the 153-meter par 3, 14th. Won't have to worry about the long holes until the end. And if we need a playoff, well, they will need to worry even more about number 18. The second to last, 17. It's Pacquiao G at 136. Pin is deep at the back of this green, exactly where she heads. J&2 suddenly within 1. 5-iron, which is a finicky club at best. Crest the hill. Park Young has parred this stretch consistently, 12, 13, 14, 15. No birdies all week. She's not sold on this. And here's why. Short and left. And she'll have to putt. Ball finally comes to rest, a long ways away. Putt from the fringe with a lot of ground to cover. Ream wants to begin 14. She went right, gets a soft kick back onto the putting surface. And left to right, tracking and delivering. Right to left and doesn't want to come back and straighten out. Rejoining Pacquiao. She's 4.1 meters under the hole. One more factor to add to the equation. Pin high, really, really well executed with that hybrid. Simple tap to finish on the 18th. Never say never, but it's improbable. Park Young will give it her best first shot. Even that's a little underhit, which could make for a spicy putt for par. Yusoy on 2, 69, 70, 69 to end the tournament. Jung Gio 139, the approach at 15. She also pops out into the rough. J.A. Ream for birdie. Pretty much downhill the whole way.
약간 올라가는 걸로 봐도 되겠다.
The tournament can't be won or lost here. Yang starting to feel a little bit of pressure, as anyone would in her shoes. Jan2 moves into a tie with a birdie here. Putts. And if she was feeling the pressure before, Park Young, it has just ratcheted up a notch or two. It takes skill, it takes experience, of course, but you need lady luck on your side for a putt like this. 15 under and a co-leader. And the ball is very much Park Young's court, and she knows this is anything but a straightforward putt for birdie. She has to wait one more player. J.A. Ream trying to save a par. Stay in a tie for third position. Left to right, breaking putts, but a little too much action. It is a bogey. Back to the hillside rough, Jung Gio. 15, that was the effort for birdie. Gets it nice and close. It's a good consolation. She knows she has some company now, and if you would believe it, all tournament long, 0 bogeys. Never has that streak been at risk with as much pressure as this. Lights out with her putting. Now she needs the rest of the game to liven up, wake up. Final run in. Next is Buckiel on 15 for birdie. Left to right, breaking putt. Speed was well judged. A bit too fine on the line. Will be par.
뭐야?
연습 어떻게 한번 해볼까 하고 연습하고 있어요. 선물이네, 선물. 하루에 한 분이 읽어줘요.
Understandably, she's a sought-after commodity right now. Start of the round, pardon me, with a bogey. Birdie 2. 8 pars in a row before an eagle. Now back to back birds. Is very much in contention. Anything can happen, of course. But it feels a lot like the par 4s will be the difference.
준비하겠습니다.
Got 2 of them left. Camera operator in 15 understood the assignment. Set up the drama. Drama is exactly what we're enjoying right now. Drive from Park Young. Kim Soo-ji. It's one last chance for a birdie in the tournament. She will finish just outside of the top 10. Seventeen. Quite enough juice to get all the way to the top of the crest. Missing a putt on 18 is always a bit of a twist of the knife. Here's Pacquiao. The last par 3 for her for the tournament. It's an 8 iron. Able to have any quarrels with that. A good on. Gene Shield, this is for a double bogey. The wheels fell off at the last. 70 matches what she was able to put together on Friday. She's gracious, but she's understandably not happy. No one can fault her for that. Now 16, Jung Geo with an 8 iron. Shorts, drilling that into the hillside rough, just past the water. Here's Kim Soo-ji. T17 is her current mark. A par keeps her there. Tail of the tape after 54 holes, 70, 69, and 70. 7 under at the finale. That leaves just so Jean 8 under. Tied for 13th. Chen 2's drive finds the sand, pardon me.
실례하겠습니다.
166 to go. This is the setup for birdie. You can almost lose track of her heels. She's dug in deep, wants all the traction and torque she can get. Hardly flicks up a grain of sand. Breaks it clean on the green with work to do. This is similar to where Pak Yang was 1 hole ago. The reveal makes it look all the more daunting. Ready to resume. Let's fill the void with this setup shot from Pak G on 18, 100 meters precisely. Front pin placement today. Well struck. Brave attack. Young after the tee shots, middle of the fairway. She's on and off in a matter of moments. So struggling to attack the pin. She would have felt the pressure even if she wasn't tied. 15 under is the score. It shouldn't be the winning score. Park Hyung still with the lower round, same as Kim Min-sun 7, who is currently on the 18th. 68 players of 144 made the cut, and it's still anyone's guess who will hoist the silverware in an hour's time. This is the 13th E1 Charity Open, live from Payram. Time for a quick break, and we'll be back with the putts on 15. Settle in, top up your beverage of choice, and enjoy. A two-player tie for the top spot. 180 million won up for grabs for our eventual champion. Park Hyung has slowly seen her lead dwindle to the final 4 holes. Gio almost completely invisible. Other side of the hill. what you need to do and executing it are two very different things. From the sand, good control. Each and two can take the outright lead, but it would take a minor miracle at 20 meters away. Just about ready to shout, "Do you believe?" She's got the easier of the two par putts. This is hardly a putt. Simple tap. Watch the route. Moves right, crests the hill, comes back down, and slows up perfectly. But no cigar for Buck AG, agonizingly close. Finishes the tournament with par. 9 under, G9. Brody's a 1-2-4, and one more on the back. Puck AG also fails to connect. We go to 17. As she could have asked for. Turn our attention back to the leaders. Down, only 3 remain, and it's still anyone's guess who's going to take this title. It's a par for Puck Young. Puck Ji-young looking at a birdie on the par 4 17th. Short and a bit too much break. Eugenia setting up her final shots. Almost didn't even need to grab the putter out of her bag. She went pin seeking and she found it. It's a great approach. So ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the final stretch. 3 holes. Maybe bonus golf to find a champion. Is it ENG2's first ever win? Or is it Park Young-young's 8th and first of the season? Less than a kilometer to go. Par 3, par 4, par 5, the run-in. ENG2 has been dynamite. Of the 6 holes in this stretch she's played, she has 4 birdies. She find the pin today. No, long way off. Advantage to Park Young-young. Four birdies as well over the stretch. The player who is yet to bogey. It's 15 strokes to the good. 51 holes. Birdie, birdie is right. Pin today. Over the bunker, 19 yards on, 11 yards from the right border. Does dig in at the end. She does have her work cut out for her. There's Kim In-sun 7. Only 2 players have reached 12 under or better. She is unable to make it 3. She set the course alight on Friday with a 64. It was 2 over yesterday. Finds a happy medium here. Only 1 bogey at 4. It is a 67 in round number 3. 158 to go. The approach shot for Puck Ji-young on 17. On the green with some help. She is drifting towards the target. This is what the backside of 16 looks like. This is what the leaderboard resembles right now. Kim In-sun 7, 67 confirmed. Same score as Kim So-yoon 2. The 9 under for a tie for 8th position, but it's up for grabs at the top. Park Young-young and ENG2 remain level. will settle in. We expect this to be the third and final hour. 2 players tied with 3 holes to go. Lee Chan-Tu's effort, setting up her par putt. Now, Amy Jung from a long way away on the par 4. Coming back, here it goes, yes! What a birdie! Impressing even herself. What a shot. It's a very acceptable interlude when it's as drama-filled as that. Pak Young with a chance to take the advantage back. Have to work for this one. Going really quick, putted through the break. Just keeping it interesting for us. Then there were 2 holes, that is. This is Pakiel for 11 under. Level with Che Reem and Kim Min Sun 7. Sure. Reasons for her doubts. Other circumstance, this isn't even a question. Chain 2 with her par.
네, 잠시만 멈춰주세요. 플레이하겠습니다.
Pakiel finishes. Jung Jio doing one last check of the break. Stand in different parts, straddle the line, close your eyes. Which foot has more weight? If it's the left, well, that's the direction it will break. And that's for bogey, so it's an important and costly putt.
네, 알겠습니다. 잠시 이동 멈춰주세요.
Chan2 gets us underway on hole 17. Gets us underway with a dazzling drive. Ken Young to follow suit. Side by side. Fitting, isn't it? In Juliana 9 under, this is her approach shot on 18. At the par 5. Lands in a very promising position for a birdie to conclude the tournament. Lee Dong-eun is next. She is playing her third from the rough. Proud of that effort. Park Ji-young joins the fray. Still nothing to separate the top two. Park Ji-young on the green at 18. Lee Dong-eun, Pacquiao still jockeying for position. With the rest of the field close to being perfectly intact.
칠 때는 30만 생각나요.
Back to work we go. Park Young with a boost from the wind at her back. About 10 centimeters away from a birdie. Here it is again. Well, it would be a brilliant advantage to take to the 18th hole. The bar was set. It's up to each and two to try to match or at least be close. .134, 4 meters below the hole, a 7-iron. She is furthest from the pin. She knows she'll have an opportunity to respond at 18, but this could be a drastic shift. The momentum heading to the west. Back to 18. Not quite the speed needed. Par free, Jung-un, 66, 71, 69, minus 10 is tied for fourth after 3 rounds. No dice. The next player try to birdie. Park Ji-young also in this group, doing her final preparation.
끝까지 오르막이야. 지나서도.
Pressure's on each and two. How about that? Under the most pressure she's ever faced as a pro. One of the most clutch putts in her career.
Go. Go.
Absolute art. Park Ji-young, much less dramatic, but but still important. Fails to capitalize. She'll have to settle for a par. Same score she shot yesterday as 69, finishes at 10 under. And Julian also in the clubhouse. 69 for her on Sunday. Young keeps the flag in and responds. It all comes down to 18. Is where they're headed. Amy Jung on her approach. Carries it about a yard or two past the fringe. Jung Jio. The roar moments ago for each AN2. Slight crosswind, a gentle breeze. She's pin high on her arrival at the green. Advantage to each AN2. She's birdied here both days thus far. Birdie on Friday, par here yesterday for Park Young. Down and through the social contribution zone, though each AN2 did
플레이하겠습니다.
her
앞에
part.
잠시만 멈춰주세요.
Drives are key to set it up. Second shots are what they are. Approaches and putts to try to determine a champion at the 13th E1 Charity Open. Coming down to the 54th and final hole. Might we need 55 or more? Stay with us. here we go then. The most consequential 10 minutes of the entire tournament. Everything to play for here on hole 18. Pacquiao, once upon a time, was very much in the hunt. She faded away as we got down to the brass tacks. We need this group to conclude before we can get to the heart of the matter. Jung Ji-oh for birdie. Searching for a 9 under finish.
수리하겠습니다.
Look out. Everyone shouts 4. That is the mark of a player in uncharted territory, being brave. Take a look again. It's just the dreaded hook behind green on 18. She might even be in the bunker. This could be fascinating. Park In-kyung 264, the second shot. She can play it safe now.
사람도 있어.
Amy Jung with the 70. It's her highest score of the tournament. But what a tournament it was. -10, T4. Jung Ji-oh is 71. She was tracking to replicate her first and second rounds, but it just falls off at the end.
지금 차 지나가는 방. 이 빨간 단풍나무? 네, 이쪽. 네, 이 나무 쪽으로.
누나랑 그 말대로 들어오세요. 여기서 뭐 거기에요?
has set in. I guess in some ways that alleviates some of the pressure.
이쪽에서 들어가면 투명 구조를 하실 거죠? 네.
투클럽 하고
네, 투클럽 일단 먼저 하세요. 도로에서 먼저 할까요? 아니, 여기서 투클럽 먼저.
나와주세요. 나와주세요.
도로 받을 건지 말 건지. 잠깐만. 끝까지 나올 수 있어요. 여기서 단클럽이죠.
도로를 아무래도 가져가는.
잠시만 나와주세요. 뒤로 더 빠져주세요.
Very little additional context is needed. Front row seats to a pivotal point in the round. It's all about finding the drop points, doing it properly. Well, while that is going on, Che Ream and Pak Yen Gyung can continue.
이제 이동 멈출게요.
그런데 뒤로 한 세 발자국만 좀 물러나주세요. 뒤로 통제 좀 해주세요.
뒤로 좀 더 가주세요.
오빠 몇 나오세요, 거리?
플레이하겠습니다.
플레이하겠습니다.
Second shot from Pak Yen Gyung into the rough. It's 106. I think she expected this approach to be much more meaningful. She keeps it interesting by going a bit long, overcompensating perhaps for the winds.
나이스.
뒤로 조금만. 네. 이거 통제 좀 해주세요.
그치, 102?
아니요. 100이야, 100. 99에서 100.
Well, she certainly
핀 왼쪽으로.
cannot play another mistake. 107 after the penalty. This is her fourth shot, so needs to be within par range to have any chance.
밖으로 나오세요. 들어가 주세요. 안돼 안 하고 들어가 주세요.
Up and down is bogey, which gives Park Yang-young 2 shots for the win.
네, 지금 이채은 프로, 박현경 프로, 최예린 프로가 제13회 이원 체리티 오픈 파이널 라운드 마지막 홀 그린에 입장하고 있습니다. 레디힐 소속의 박현경 프로입니다. 대구건설 소속의 최예린 프로입니다. 레디힐 소속의 이채은 프로입니다. 장내에 계신 여러분, 마지막까지 투혼을 보여주고 있는 프로들에게 큰 격려의 박수 다시 한번 부탁드립니다. 잠시 후 제13회 이원 체리티 오픈 영광의 자리에 오르는 챔피언이 결정됩니다.
J&2, you feel for her, your heart breaks for her. So much promise on the 18th tee and how quickly it disappears. Right beside the ball marker. It's certainly a unique situation to be in.
성규로 봐줘.
5 minutes ago, she would have expected this to be a pressure-packed putt. She has stayed consistent. She'll win it in 2, but could do it in dazzling and dramatic fashion. 11.9. Heading back to the front side of the green. Park Yang-young. Lee Chan 2, this is for the bogey. Oh, what a run, what a push. 65, 68, 68. Gut-wrenching time for a bogey, and she'll have to wait for that maiden victory for one more day. Shea Ream, this is the putt for par.
Oh.
67, 69, 70. Shea Ream is finished, and now Pak Young Young, for an 8th time in her career, a winner on the KLPGA Tour, as she wins the 13th E1 Charity Open. Her first in 2025, her 5th top 10 of the season, and her first podium result. 3 times the champion in 2024. It's the 2nd time in her career she had multiple victories. The biggest win since the BC Card Hangyang Ladies Cup. It's not novel, but it's always special. How many times has she been so close on Sunday? And that seems like cheating, but I appreciate the effort and the creativity nevertheless. Well, it's not overstating to say she is beloved on this tour. One of the loudest, largest, and most enthusiastic supporters groups. She had some help, let's call a spade on 18, but she took care of her business.
경기가 마지막 여기 보고. 맞네. 오케이.
다 했나요?
네, 오케이. 같이 가. 쟤네 먼저 서 있어.
나도 내야 되는데?
Well, anyone who's been around the KLPGA Tour, even for more than one event, knows the routine at this point. The orange carpet or the tangerine carpet is already being rolled out. We will hear from Park Hyung-kyung. We will see the final round highlights, and of course, we will have the Greenside presentation of the awards. We just need to take care of the formalities, of course. And it starts with the signing of the scorecards. It's our chance to be a fly on the wall. We'll check back in with you when we are ready for the third round highlights. Park Hyung-kyung, our champion, the 13th E1 Charity Open.
최예림 프로님 333770이요. 박경경 프로님 3466이요.
네.
이지은 프로님 363268이요.
네.
네, 고생하셨고요. 시상식 바로 하니까
네.
앞으로 이동하시면 좋겠습니다. 박경경 프로님 사인입니다. 바로 사인.
네. 오빠 파우치 좀. 내 밑에 바로 있네. 숫자가 바뀌었어. 숫자 바뀌었다.
처음에 잘 잡을 때는 사진인데 후에 한숨 걸리니까 알아서 빠지세요. 사진 나야.
누군 감독님 그러면 여기 있어요.
뭐또 있어요?
네, 안녕하세요. 감사합니다. 네. 일단 또 최근에 그렇게 5경기 연속 탑10을 하면서 경기력이 조금씩 올라오고 있다라는 좀 그런 긍정적인 생각을 자꾸 했는데 또 이렇게 오늘 제가 프로 데뷔하고 또 한 대회 노보기 플레이는 또 처음이라서 또 굉장히 의미가 깊은 우승인 것 같고 제가 또 개인적으로 5월을 가장 좋아하는데 또 이렇게 5월이 가기 전에 또 통산 8승을 기록하게 돼서 너무 기쁩니다. 네. 네. 시즌 3개 대회를 치르는 동안 탑10도 한 번도 못 들고 계속 좀 경기력이 어렵게 풀린다라고 생각을 했는데 제가 정확히 탑10을 시작하기 시작한 그 가야 넥슨 대회부터 매일 밤 진짜 자기 전에 퍼팅 스트로크 500개씩 하고 잤거든요. 근데 진짜 그 뒤로 진짜 노력의 빛을 발한 것 같아서 너무 진짜 기쁘게 생각합니다. 네. 네, 실제로 좀 같은 구단 선수인 이제 채연 언니와 같이 막판으로 갈수록 이제 둘의 대결인 거를 알고 있었고, 저도 너무나 개인적으로 잘하고 있었기 때문에 채연 언니가 우승을 하시더라도 저는 너무 기쁜 마음으로 우승을 축하해줄 준비를 항상 하고 있었거든요. 근데 제가 좀 운이 더 좋았던 것 같습니다. 사실 이제 9번 홀에 칩샷이 이글이 되면서, 약간, 저도 좀 놀랬거든요. 이제, 나한테 조금 운이 오나? 라고 생각했는데, 이제 후반에 채연 언니도 이글을 하시고, 아닌가 보다 하고, 오히려 그냥 계속 좀 보기를 하지 않는 좀 똑똑한 플레이를 계속 하고 싶었어요. 왜냐하면 패럼 코스가 너무 그린이 까다롭고, 또 피니시도 까다롭기 때문에 최대한 좀 영리하게 플레이를 하려고 했는데, 타수를 잃지 않고 잘 마무리한 것 같습니다. 네. 네. 네, 제가 13%라고 적었지만 오늘 이렇게 우승을 하면서 100%로 바꾸기로 마음을 먹었습니다. 네, 이렇게 이원 체리티 대회는 또 선한 영향력을 선도하는 대회이기 때문에 또 그에 맞게 저도 좀 동참을 하고 싶어서 원래는 통산 10승째 우승 상금을 전에 기부하고 싶었는데 이렇게 좀 의미 있는 대회에서의 그런 기부가 좀 알맞지 않나 생각이 들어서 네, 100%로 바꾸겠습니다. 네. 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 일단 좀 셋업부터 좀 편안하게 느껴지기 시작하고 좀 샷이 좋을 때 안 좋을 때 저는 좀 제가 타겟을 바라보는 그런 편안함에서 좀 다르다 생각했는데 이번 때는 유독 좀 타겟을 바라볼 때 좀 편안하게 잘 이렇게 어드레스가 됐던 것 같아요. 네, 일단 제가 또 상반기에 진짜 시작할 때 사실 적지 않은 부담감과 좀 네, 책임감이 있는 상태에서 시즌을 시작을 했었어요. 그래도 또 이렇게 많은 분들의 염원 덕분에 네, 또 상반기가 가기 전에 우승을 하게 돼서 너무 기쁘게 생각하고 네, 올해 또 작년처럼 시즌 3승을 했으면 너무 좋겠습니다. 네. 감사한 분들 그래도 네, 하면 안 될까요? 네, 일단 또 다음 주에 엄마 생신인데 엄마 생신 선물 드린 것 같아서 너무 기쁘고 항상 제 캐디백 매주시는 저희 아빠 진짜 너무 감사하다고 전해드리고 싶고 또 올해부터 제가 또 네, 새로운 후원사와 함께하게 됐는데 진짜 믿고 네, 후원해주신 저희 권호섭 회장님 너무 감사합니다. 그리고 항상 진짜 힘드실 텐데 힘든 코스 항상 저와 함께 해주시는 저희 큐티풀 현경 팬분들 너무 감사드리고 많은 가족분들 네 진심으로 감사드립니다. 감사합니다. 감사합니다.
선수도 없어. 공연지 집에 갔다.
Well, the next step is to make it official and deliver the prizes and regalia that accompany a victory. But before we get there, as is tradition and as is important, an opportunity to revisit the best from the day. How different things looked 6 hours ago. Ichan-2 was the leader. She had a 1-stroke advantage, and at that point it was up to everyone else to chase. Now it was slow for both Ichan-2 and Park Yang-gung to get started, find that first birdie, and kickstart the round. For Park Young, it would come on hole number 5 with a nice putt. J.A. Ream on the 7th. Backspin delivers quite an emphatic arrival onto the green, and she would birdie from there. Park Young fresh off that leader, that birdie for the co-leader position. She went right back to work. Hole number 8. That is, of course, the par 3. The tee shot that winds around the perimeter. Would actually work its way back towards the fringe, but it would not slow her down. Bang. Birdie to take the outright lead. And it's not like she never looked back, but it certainly was close. On number 9, 38 meters from the rough, J.A. Ream running it up to within 1. She needed that. It was at a stage in the tournament, at a stage on Sunday where she had to start making some shots to keep pace. This was Park Young, also from off the green, and making a beeline and draining. This was on 9. She would almost have another from off the green, but at that point she extended her advantage to 3 strokes. Let's go to 11 next, a 333-meter par 4. Typically, but not today, it was significantly shorted to offer up eagle opportunities to the fields. Wouldn't quite cash in on it, but there would be more. Kim In-sun 7, after disappearing from title contention yesterday, was putting together a great run around that midway mark of this final round. Bring herself back onto page 1, tied for 4th. It was always going to be tough. Top. This was one of my personal favorite shots. You see it land on the green, you're like, okay, well, there's a chance, but it really needs to get online soon. Such a brilliant idea. I wish more courses, more tournaments would do this. Make a par 4 attackable off the tee. Because you get shots like this. Each AM2 at this point, 3 back to bring yourself to 1.5 meters, 2 at the very most. And would be able to step up and deliver an eagle from there. Well, all of that was happening. Park Young was long. Despite that, she almost had another pull out from the fringe. The tap and birdie to propel her to 15 under par. Meanwhile, J.A. Ream couldn't capitalize. Would have been a huge momentum swing to move to 2 back. No such troubles for EJM2, throwing her hat back in the ring. Still with half the round to play, just 1 shot back, and suddenly there were little seeds of doubt for Park Young. J.A. Ream from off the back, she went back left when she wanted to be front right, and then she had this trying to save. She knew what it was going to do, but the alignment wasn't exactly spot on. So it would be a bogey. Then on 13, clean shot at the pin from the middle of the fairway. EJM2 put it in the tightest radius she could. So despite only being a 2 under after 12, she will find another birdie. Turn the temperature up on the burner, saying, hey, Park Young, I know we need to play every shot beside each other, but I just want you to know I'm not letting you cruise off into the sunset without a little challenge. That birdie would make it dead even. bringing us to 17. The setup shot on the par 4. Park Hyung-kyung as the wind started to pick up over the sand. Breeze at the back, and watch this move. There's a birdie she could make blindfolded. EJ at 2. That's fine. Tap in. How about one from 12 meters away? And set the stage after this birdie was confirmed for a 54th hole where the tournament hinged on what happened. It wasn't particularly dramatic because the second shot after a good drive. Oh no. 4 is not what you want to hear from someone tied for the lead at the last. She played it well left. It was lost. Never going to be recovered. Lay the driver down. Lay the driver down again. Okay, this was the line in which I went into the rough, take a drop, take the penalty, and to her credit, she didn't let it completely derail her. That was the chip for bogey. Chip for par, excuse me, knowing that if she didn't hole out, she would drop a shot, as she had done. Her only bogey of the back 9, her second of the day, 1 in 18, seems a bit cruel. So Park Hyung-kyung knew she had 3 shots to win it all, and she just about did it in 1. She marked off, let her group mates finish, and then the tap in to secure lucky number 8. Our champion of the 13th E1 Charity Open. So that's how we got to this point. This point is the awards presentation. Let's watch and listen.
큰 박수 부탁드립니다.
자, 여기 보세요. 네.
다음은 홀인원에 대한 시상입니다. 이번 대회에서는 총 4개의 홀에 모두 홀인원 상품이 걸려 있었는데요. 3번 홀 코지마의 안마의자, 8번 홀 까르마의 메모리폼 모션베드, 14번 홀 LS 일렉트릭의 스타리아 프레스티지 LPG 3.5, 16번 홀 LS증권의 그랜저 프리미엄 LPI 3.5가 준비되어 있었습니다. 이번 대회 1라운드에 홀인원이 발생했습니다. 3번 홀에서 행운의 홀인원을 맞이한 주인공을 만나보도록 하겠습니다. 축하드립니다. 오경은 프로. 시상에는 주식회사 의원 손정식 대표이사님께서 수고해 주시겠습니다. 오경은 프로에게 코지마에서 제공하는 코지마 누에라 안마의자가 수여되겠습니다. 축하드립니다.
자, 앞에 보세요. 네.
드디어 오늘의 주인공, 우승자 시상을 진행하겠습니다. 제13회 이원 체리티 오픈 대망의 우승자는 1라운드 67타, 2라운드 67타, 3라운드 66타로 토탈 16언더 200타로 우승을 차지한 박현경 프로입니다. 축하드립니다. 먼저 우승자를 위해 이원의 친환경 에너지 요정 TT가 위너스 카트를 준비하고 있다는데요. 함께 화면으로 만나보시죠. TT가 박현경 프로의 우승을 축하하고 있습니다. 끝까지 정말 멋진 경기였죠? TT가 위너스 카트로 프로님을 모시러 간다고 하는데요. 에너지 충전을 위해 힘찬 박수 부탁드립니다. TT가 위너스 카트를 타고 우승자를 만나러 갑니다. 이번에 친환경 에너지 요정 TT의 에스코트와 함께 입장하고 있는 박현경 프로에게 여러분의 아낌없는 박수를 부탁드립니다. 네, 박현경 프로님은 중앙으로 자리해 주시기 바랍니다. 제13회 이원 체리티 오픈 우승자인 박현경 프로에게는 우승 상금 1억 8천만 원과 트로피, 우승 자켓, 우승자 부상이 수여되겠습니다. 먼저 우승 자켓은 한국여자 프로골프협회 김상열 회장님께서 입혀주시겠습니다.
자, 앞에 보세요.
네, 다음은 주식회사 이원 구자영 회장님을 대신하여 천정식 대표이사님께서 시상해 주시겠습니다. 먼저 천정식 대표이사님께서 대회 우승 트로피를 전달해 주시겠습니다. 사진 촬영하겠습니다.
자, 앞에 보세요. 네.
네, 다음으로 시상식표를 시상하겠습니다.
자, 앞에 보세요.
사진 촬영
네.
진행하겠습니다. 이어서 우승자 부상인 코지마 안마의자가 수여되겠습니다. 사진 촬영하시겠습니다. 다음은 함께 축하하는 마음으로 뽀뽀거리를 전달해 주시겠습니다. 큰 박수 부탁드립니다. 이어서 페런클럽의 고문성 대표이사님께서 꽃다발 전달이 있겠습니다. 사진
자, 앞에
촬영하시겠습니다.
보세요. 네.
네. 마지막으로 천정식 대표이사님께서 친환경 요정인 이원의 TT 인형을 전달하겠습니다. TT와 함께 사진 촬영이 있겠습니다.
자, 잘합니다. 앞에 보세요. 자, 앞에 보세요. 네, 잘합니다. 하나, 둘. 감사합니다.
And so ends event number 9 of the season, and what a smashing success it was. 54 holes of excellent play and a tournament that came down to the very last. Pak Young, our winner, at 16 under par. As she takes the title, an orange-themed and charitable vibe where everyone can leave feeling happy, satisfied, and maybe in Chen 2's case, just a touch disappointed as she came oh so close to the first championship in her career. But there's always another tournament. There's always next week. That's the beauty of this game we love. And next week is another 54-hole affair. We're in a swing of those. It's actually the next 3. We'll head to the Star Hue on Friday for the Suyup Bank MBN Ladies Open. 120 players in the field. EA1, the defending champion, with another $1 billion purse. My sincere thanks on behalf of all of us at the KLPGA Tour and the fantastic SBS golf crew that puts this all together. We hope you enjoyed the incredible action right down to the very end. But for now, we say goodbye, and we wish you a speedy return to the KLPGA Tour. Off to the Star Q next. But for now, it's goodbye from Peiram, a fabulous host as always, as Pak Young Young is the winner of the 13th E1 Charity Open.